It's something different though to be able to introduce one of your best friends to introduce their favorite movie. And when one of your best friends happens to be a featured San Diego Comic-Con panelist, one of the top toy tubers in America. He also is, interviews celebrities on the red carpet for Sony. He's one of the top Ghostbusters influencers in the world. Happens to be my co-host on the podcast Why Just on Monster Island as well. He is, it's so cool I get to do this. He is the awe-inspiring and ink-injecting artist from Azalea City, Valdosta's very own, and of course, the tattoo titan of Tokusatsu, Mr. Jacob Walsh.
Jay, that was amazing. Thank you. That's awesome. Did someone just say happy birthday? That's an inside joke that nobody gets, but everybody always thinks it's my birthday. It's not. Hey, this is crazy. This is weird. This is, I don't know, this is cool being in a room with this many Godzilla fans. My introduction to Godzilla is probably very similar to a lot of yours. I grew up with my grandfather showing me these movies at a very young age. We would watch Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs. And he would tape these movies from Sci-Fi Channel, and we would just watch them every weekend. But it was a very young age I was obsessed with this stuff. And when you're a kid and you're like 7 or 8 and you're obsessed with Godzilla and nobody else seems to know what you're talking about, it is hard. Yes, and I went to school in elementary school, and I asked every single person I ever came across, if they knew who Godzilla was. Annoyingly so to my mom. I was so embarrassing to her. I would just ask everybody, all my friends, teachers, and the answer was always either no, or they were very uninterested in it. And that sucked. It felt lonely, It feels so hard to be able to do that. And, but one weekend I went over to my grandfather's house, and my grandma sat me down, and I will always remember this, and I don't know why she felt so serious at the moment, but she sat me down and she was like, Jacob, we got a couple new Godzilla movies for you. But Godzilla has fangs, and he's not very nice. She was warning me, because she knew up to this point my favorite movie was Godzilla vs. Megalon. And at the time I thought they didn't make Godzilla movies anymore, because there was only a handful of films that they would show. Yes. But I was I'm a dumb little kid, and I was oh, they used to make these Godzilla movies, but they're done. I didn't know there was more out there. No internet. But we sat down and we watched these 2 movies, and the first one was Godzilla 1985. I loved it. But I was okay, what's the next one? It was Godzilla vs. Biollante. And this movie immediately had my attention in a way that no other movie ever had. I'd seen Godzilla be serious before, but there was something about this movie, the tone of it, the way he looked, everything, that I was where did they get a real Godzilla from? I was they found a Godzilla for this. All the scenes, the animatronics, the scenes where he's in broad daylight in the water, and you get these close-ups of him snarling, and you can see his gums. I was blown away by this movie. And the concept of Biollante being kind of like Godzilla's sister, and part Godzilla and part human, I just loved it. I could not get enough of it, and I would watch this movie all the time. I would make my mom put it on before the school bus came in the morning, and I would make her get my drawing stuff out so I could start drawing a Godzilla at the beginning of the movie. So in the scene where all the kids hold the Godzilla, I could do it too. In fact, Jay, can we get everybody some paper and some crayons? We're not to do that tonight, but I think maybe next time you guys watch this, please do that and think of me. But this movie, like, it kind of opened up my world of what Godzilla could be. I started seeing these movies in a different light. I started thinking like, oh, there might be more out there. There could be more. They're still making these movies apparently. I think it was 1992 when this movie hit home video over here, and shortly after the other Heisei films started coming. And then in 1994, something else big happened. Trendmasters happened. And yeah, thank you. I'm sure Trendmasters appreciates that. But I used to ask my mom for Godzilla toys for every birthday, Christmas, and I knew she was always disappointed because there wasn't a lot to find. There's like some bootlegs out there, but that was about it. So in 1994, when I walked into a Kmart, and not only are there Godzilla toys on the shelf, there's a Biollante on the shelf. That is the most validating thing ever. It was an inaccurate Biollante, but they tried. And I think my mom was probably, she's probably a little relieved, but also like, great, now I gotta buy all these dumb Godzilla toys. I still ask her for Godzilla toys. But yeah, this movie was great, and it just really, like, the loneliness went away after this, because it was shortly after this movie came out that other movies are hitting. I started meeting other people. The toys are in Kmart, and that's why this is awesome, because this sold out. There's like hundreds of people here today, and I'm able to. I've been trying to talk to people about this movie for my entire life, and nobody wants to listen to it. So the fact that I'm here right now and you guys all love Godzilla just as much as I do, that's amazing. It's the best feeling ever, I think. Has anybody not seen this movie?
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. I am so excited. I am so happy, and I am so proud to introduce to you Godzilla vs. Biollante.